Welcome back, everyone, to what for you guys is again like no time at all, but for me it's been a while. So much so it took me a few minutes to figure out how to press the start button because I've been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus like non-stop. For those that are wondering, I've got like almost 80 hours into that game, so my mind is kind of broken when it comes to that. But anyways, so last time we left off, we were like talking to an alien or something like that, and now we're gonna leave and go to Rena. Maybe the finale of this series? You can't roll in this game. That's what I was doing. So if you see me press the map randomly, it's because that's the roll button in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So yeah, can't wait to see how that messed me up.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
Yeah, warp drive. That's right, we got a warp drive. Look at all the particle effects. Very pretty. It's like a spider's web. Nero looks scared, of course. Glad she's been with us this entire journey.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Super dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
Huh.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
A sea of aliens.
It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
It's like a parasite. I bet I'm having to fight a bug.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there.
Oh, convenient.
Let's take a look.
Time to play the game. Rena.
So this is Rena.
Oh,
This is
special
where
owls seem to
everything
appear
began.
throughout Dana.
Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate, ever.
I just tried to press left bumper there.
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What
You
do
would
you
sink.
mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
No, I'll pass.
I'd imagine it's probably as
This
dense
is
as like
essentially
lava.
a world-sized Renin graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something.
Ah,
The
that's some
idea is to
skits.
steal the Great Spirit inside the Renaissance using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
Probably not.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them
We just
easier
gotta burn
to
'em.
attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renaissance, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only
Look
shot.
at Law thinking.
Time to buckle up.
More
Question
skits.
for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
what do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renin rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renins, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
That it is. Yes,
If
it
only
is.
we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day,
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
Any more skits? No more skits? Okay. That's not the button to go to the map. That's also not the button to go to the map. That is also not the button to go to the map. This is the button to go to the map. Okay. So it looks like there is some areas here. Can we... Oh, we can fast travel. Alright, well, that means it's time to fast travel and do some of the side quests here, because it's been a minute. At least we can now get here. Also, our food's like... the livestock is full. Probably not a big deal, though, at this point. Honestly.
We finally made it.
We did. Oh, hi, Alphen. Hey, Cole, what's up? You don't look too hot, kid. I'm really hungry. Even with Rena gone, there's still not enough food to go around. That's not good. Is there no way to bring some in from outside Caligula? We have been, thanks to your hard work. We've managed to establish trade routes and have a little food coming in. But other places are not well off either, so there's only so much we can bulk up between realms. Especially since the realm is nothing but rocks and sand for the most part.
Great.
That's sad. I wish there was something more that could be done. There's still hope. There's a merchant from Cislodi who's visiting Glenmaid Castle. Would you mind talking to him for us? Sure. We'll see what he has to say. In the meantime, here, have this bread. Wow, thanks. Where'd you get it? Shion always comes prepared like that, because she's a food glutton. Anyway, let's make our way to Glenmaid Castle. Alright, so we got that side quest we got to pick up. Oh, another skip.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean, wait, you fed us rotten food?
That's gross.
Well, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least, I think that's the idea.
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now.
I also haven't noticed it.
Connect the dots, Law!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh. But if that's true, what would that mean?
It would mean...
Just that, I guess.
Oh, she actually said that.
Still,
Predicted.
don't you think it's kind of interesting?
Not hugely. Hey, Kisara, well, I've got you. What's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe meat.
Get him, Hoodle.
What did I do?
Ah, Hoodle.
Oh, now you want to listen. Keep pecking, Hoodle.
It's a Pokemon battle.
Ow, ow, ow! Seriously, what the hell?
I never realized before just how hot this place is. It's like being inside a fire.
You're only just noticing? Ah, yes, forgive me. The whole lack of sensory...
Oh yeah, I guess he would be like on fire now.
That's the one. It's hard to believe I once worked in this soup, let alone helped spearhead a revolution.
And all with the mask concealing your face. It must have been very grimy beneath that.
Back then, we had our plates full enough dealing with constant abuse from our Renan overlords. It never occurred to me the air itself was oppressive in its own way. My head's spinning just with the effort it takes to walk.
I think that's called heat stroke. You might want to take a sip of water.
That would be
You mean
helpful.
That water that's been festering under the sun for days? I wouldn't chance it without boiling it first.
Oh, I know. I'll go to the dock and fetch us some clean water.
How do you know
Water
Doc?
alone won't suffice.
Oh
We
yeah, I
need to
guess you would
ensure
know
his
Doc.
Sodium levels are replenished as well.
In that case, let's see if we can rustle up some rock salt. Alphen, you go cool off in the shade for a while. Shion, stay and keep an eye on him.
And then there were two.
Bit of an overreaction, but it's still kind of them.
Leaving you two
Maybe
all
it's
alone.
not the time, but this place brings back memories.
I know what you mean. We're back where it all started.
You don't ever regret meeting me sometimes, do you?
Are you kidding? You started all of this. Bringing down the wall, retrieving my sense of self. I have no regrets.
Welcome back, Law.
Oh no, so many
So,
skits.
guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zoogals. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Probably do.
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegus.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe a little harsh?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Zoogals originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zoogals were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zoogals, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst, huh?
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to do?
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, Maybe people and Zoogals aren't so different after all.
I was about to say, except for one kills people. But I guess Zoogals also do that. Alright, so that's still not the map button. We need to go to the waste real quick. And oh yeah, there's also this area we haven't ever been to. It won't let us. I'm assuming that's post-game stuff, actually. But while we're here,
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
they are in fact all grown now. Well, what do you know? Okay. It is. I keep wanting to try to roll. You can't roll. So I have a little map here for these little owls. And the first one of our list is right here. And not up here. It is, oh, right here. So, also, cool armor piece or something.
My
Best of
word,
secrets.
This must be the work of Providence.
Oh, that's a deep voiced owl.
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Ooh. Increase critical damage.
Look, Hoodle, one of your buddies.
Alright, so that's one of the owls. We're gonna go ahead now and go. I'm gonna actually see if we can go this way. As Renwell like breaks her leg. That also gave me a little bit of a like scare because in okay. In Legends Arceus there's fall damage, so I was like, oh no, wait a minute.
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Can I go through here? I went the wrong way. Professional gamer or something. Hello. Oh, yep, okay, so we can't go that way yet. That's fine. So, we're gonna go ahead and go to Ulzbek and get this side quest. And what I'll do is I'll cut actually most of the side quest stuff out. Probably. Maybe.
Looks
We'll
like
see.
we made it here in one piece.
We'll see what kind of side quests they are. Hello. Nope, not this one. There you are.
Yeah.
Hey, seems like you folks are staying pretty busy. Oh.
Hey.
You could say that. You seem to be in high spirits yourself, Grineer. I try. I like to think I'm good at staying positive, nothing else. After all, with everyone so scared right now, it's important for guys like us to stand tall and keep hope alive, you know? You said it. What's got you all down in the dumps? Me? I'm fine, I guess. Well, you don't sound like it to me. If Zephyr saw you like that, he'd be none too pleased. Pleased. Grineer, cut him some slack. What did I say? Oh, yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, I just remember that Nyeth told me... Nath said that he asked a favor for you guys. He does? What is it? You should just talk to him himself. Tell him I sent you. See you later.
Great.
Huh? He scurried off in a rush. That stuff was Zephyr. I mean, your dad. Still weighing on your mind, huh?
Guess.
I know every Crimson Crow since I was in diapers, so I know better than anyone just how much they revered him. It's not like anyone pointing the finger at me, but it's hard to stop imagining that they don't hate me somehow. Do you want to wait here while we talk to Nath?
Thanks.
No, I'll come along. Not like waiting around is going to make me feel any better. So, there's that. No, we're not going to give priority to any of these side quests just yet. So, nothing in Cyslodia, nothing here. Pala Legion, we'll go to the floor 3. Go and pick up this side quest.
Always good to be back in familiar territory.
Yes, it is. Oh, there's also a skit. My lord, you've received a notice from Notoi. It says that the wedding is to be held at Saxloth Temple. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know. At last, it seems like the big wedding is upon us. I can ill think of a happier occasion than this.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. We're not going to give priority to that one, dude.
Saxon.
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but you sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell.
Thunderblade!
Poor Law.
What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew.
Hoodle's a snitch? Snitch confirmed?
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Hey, Shion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
Getting on these
That's a little
days?
out of the blue.
That's an odd
Why
statement
do
to
that?
say.
Sorry, it's just... I don't know. I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Miguel.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shion. But that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true.
Renwell Shion confirmed?
But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There
You're
are
welcome.
ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
Yes.
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Actually, Shion can't
Uh-oh.
cook last time I
If
checked.
it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team.
Everybody's mouth is going to be on fire.
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden. All that matters is blind obedience.
That might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
Once, maybe. Question is that something still salvageable?
If it's not, we'll just have to make something new. No, not we. They've had enough foisted on them as it is.
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to...
Hello?
What the? An ambush?
Sorry. Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without thinking.
A bug? You mean like a Zoogal?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was a Zoogal or not.
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here than Menancia. In fact, I seem to recall reading somewhere that bugs around these parts lay their eggs in human food to ensure healthy incubation.
That's gross.
Sounds like they're tougher than they look.
What about you, Alphen? Bugs don't creep you out?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been known to eat them.
Have you?
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim, I don't think he was talking about cooking them.
Hey, a lizard! I never thought about this until now, Alphen. But doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
Admittedly, yeah. It can get pretty toasty in this thing.
Is it hard when your back starts to itch?
Oh, you bet. Plus, my shoulders get stiff wearing it, even if it's not all that heavy.
Kisara looks like she manages all right with her armor.
Armor takes a strong body and a stout heart.
Spoken like a true guardsman. Not that I really get what you mean.
Look at Hootle and Nero just chilling.
The more I think about it, the more I realize what a pain it must be. Like, what do you do when you need to take a leak?
Ew!
That part can be a bit of a pain, yeah. More things to take off.
What a conversation.
That sucks, man. Wouldn't it be easier if you just walked around outside of your armor most of the time instead?
You never know when the enemy might attack. As tempting as it might be to take it off, it's not worth getting killed over.
So basically, you're screwed if you ever get attacked while taking a dump. Right, Rinwell?
Are you doing this on purpose?
What a conversation. Alright, so I think that's all the side quest. Oh, nope. I lied. Lower level. We're going to go pick this up. Then I'm going to do some cuts here to find the owls and show you guys where they are. That's just straight.
You finally made it.
I keep still wanting to roll.
I see someone who looks troubled about something.
Yes.
Remind me, you two are both born in this current generation of Renans, correct? That would put 100 years between us, which would make me akin to an ancestor to your generation. As such, I have an opportunity for you to demonstrate the respect due to elders like me. Perhaps I'm reading too much into things, or perhaps I'm reading into things too much, but is such a respect truly merited in this instance? I can't read. I could tell you one way or another, but it seems like he needs help with something. Just listen to what I have to say right now. You see.
Excuse me.
Hold on. I can't let you go any further. I had a feeling this was going to happen. You always try to beat me to the punch with these things. I'm surprised to hear you object. I thought you understood that sometimes the quest for knowledge requires that we get our hands dirty. That's exactly why I can't simply stand here and let you do this. I could be losing out on a valuable opportunity. Then let's make this fair, shall we? We'll both give them our request. Works for me. I have no objections. My head is starting to hurt trying to follow these two. They must be pretty strong, if even you admit that. I don't know what you two want from us, but don't expect us to agree to anything. What's that? Are you simply going to walk past an elderly person who's in distress? I didn't think the generation gap had gotten so wide that young people forgot their manners. How unfortunate.
Really now?
Alright, we'll hear you two out, but one matter at a time. We're busy people ourselves with our own matters to attend to. Fair enough. In that case, I can wait. You go first. Thank you. Now, as I was about to say before, I'd like for you all to go to the surface of Rena and track down a certain experimental Zoogal subject of mine. It's a felled specimen. I ejected it from Dake Fazole, thinking that it would dispose of it, but it seems to have survived the trip in space. You threw it out into space? That's so cruel. And you wish for us to finish the job, I gather? That's part of what I need you to do. More importantly, I need you to collect the tissue from said Zoogal. I never would have predicted that it would arrive on Rena alive, and, well, it merits further scientific investigation. Why not simply go there yourself? Then you could research the creature to your heart's content. Proper field studies are my area of expertise. From what I gather, you people are better equipped to, for such strenuous work than I'll ever be. I thought I was being mindful of how I presented myself, but apparently not. Sounds like someone's a little lazy to me. Yeah. I have rather mixed feelings. I won't make any firm promises on whether we shall deliver, but if that works for you, we'll look into it. I'm pleased to see my prediction about you weren't unfounded. In that case, go on and get to work. The rest of my research is being held up by this, so the sooner you finish this, the better. I should also mention the Zoogal in question is a 6-armed giant. It's an extremely violent specimen, so be careful when dealing with it. No, we won't give priority to it.
Dohalim, the line of researchers is getting longer.
No, we'll let them see what they say here.
Thought into this before accepting.
Alright, so that's all of it, it looks like. So we're going to go ahead and next, I'm going to do some cuts here. We're going to go find the owls, the rest of them. There's not too many of them, so I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. Here is one of the side quests that we picked up. So while we're here, we're going to go ahead and do this because it's literally right next to an owl. Ugh. Well, if this is our old foodie friend, this time you're in Caligula, huh? Alvin, finally, I've been waiting for you two to show up. Oh, so you'll talk to him, but not me. Great. Well, that's because I can tell your palate is no good. What's up, Gordon Eno? Find another recipe? Quite the opposite, actually. I can't find anything here. There aren't any fine delicacies here in Caligula. Yeah, now that you mention it, I can't think of anything like that either. I want to take something with me, but at this rate, I don't know what I'm going to do. If you can't find anything, why not just fix yourself something instead? What? There's still stuff to eat in these parts. Just whip up something good and what you can find yourself. That's what kind of cooking, or that's kind of what cooking's all about, isn't it? I would have figured you of all people would know that. Oh, you've got guts thinking you can lecture me about food, young lady. But you're absolutely right. Not only am I a fine connoisseur of food, I'm also a chef par excellence. Watch and learn as I put all my years of culinary experience to good use to produce the finest dish this land has ever seen. I'm not sure he made anything else by himself.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, if you're that confident, I'll definitely like to take some home with me.
Great.
Let me help. This concerns Caligula, so it feels personal to me. Gladly, in that case, could you gather some ingredients for me? Say some wheat and eggs. Here you go.
Good.
Actually, we got what you need already.
Nice work.
Great, now we can get to work. With these ingredients, all my knowledge and insight, it is sure to turn out exquisitely. What are you making, old man? All done. What is this? Some kind of fried bread? Let's give it a taste. Whoa, this is good. You should put those ingredients to good use. I'll give him credit there, but doesn't the inside of this still taste a little doughy to you? Yeah, plus there's nothing special about just plain old fried bread. Even with my skills, it looks like I have more work to do. Fried bread that's still doughy. Wait, I've got it. How about these? Are they supposed to be rings? Yep. I was inspired by the castle's architecture. I'll call them Glandamide Donuts. Okay, I'll try one. Oh, now this is good. I can't get enough of this crispy texture. Yeah, the taste is great. I'm in heaven. I had no idea you can make anything like this in Caligula. I like it. It's got a unique look, too. I can work with this. Excellent. I'm glad to hear my hard work paid off. Hey, what do you think about selling these things? I'll bring a whole bunch back to Sislodia. They'll be a hit. Maybe I should. You know, I finally realized something after fixing these donuts for you all. Cooking has the power to make people smile. And I want to spread that sensation far and wide. You've got yourself a deal. There's no finer delicacy than the joy in your heart that comes from a good meal. That's what being a gourmand is all about. I know exactly what you mean. I'll teach you the recipes for these donuts. It's the least I can do to repay you for all your help. Thanks. Let me ask you one more thing before you go. How do my donuts actually taste? How'd they taste? Well, absolutely exquisite. With that, my culinary quest has finally come to an end. Alright, well there's that. So I'll be back when we get to the owl. Okay, we're back. You can see there's an owl here now. He has taken over the throne. And we got another artifact there.
I sense a strange power from this.
That one owl. I don't think there's anything here on the roof, but I just wanted to do a double check. Because we actually didn't get to explore this little area. No, there's nothing. Alright, I'll be back when we get to the next owl. Okay, there's another skit here.
Hey, Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though. especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd have known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
She's a good person.
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Oh, more skits.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Cislodia always feels mysterious to me. Solemn, almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Octalina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Snow is good.
Indeed.
Well, I don't get a lot of
Explorers
snow,
who
but
meet
you know.
even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned
Yeah,
and put
listen
it
to
use
Mama
in the
Kiara.
future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
Dangerous game, you
I think
two.
I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Very dangerous game. Oh. The capture
Ooh,
decided
got
to
some
like be
dried
weird
fish
for a
you.
second.
You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate.
But you have
for
two of
one.
them, Renwell.
He appears to enjoy being the center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hootle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hootle, that makes us all one big happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hoodle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him.
Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Wish I had that problem. I'm lucky if I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hoodle's
Law's
way
getting
of
dominated by
establishing
Hootle,
dominance.
confirmed.
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hootle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Ah, get off of me, you insecure fluffball!
I'm a Miss
I rather
Hootle.
think they make a good comedic pairing.
Okay, so I know I said we were going to get all the owls, but there was a lot of skits and this episode's been going on long enough, even with me cutting out some parts of it. So, this is where we're going to wrap up for today. Tomorrow, we're going to finish getting all the owls and do the side quest, hopefully. The owls shouldn't take too much longer. We've only got like 3 more to collect. And the side quest, I don't know. I actually don't know how many side quests. Oh, these are artifacts. I've never actually looked at these things. But anyways, so we got a few of them, but some of these are evil. Some of these are very evil. So, but yeah, we'll knock out all these that we can, except for the 3 that are like level 60s or whatever. And then we'll continue on with the main game. So I appreciate everyone for watching. Until then, I'll catch you guys next time.